What makes a hero? Is it courage, sacrifice, or the power to stand when others bow? Today, we uncover the story of a woman who roared against oppression, who fought colonial injustice, and who inspired generations, not just as a mother, but as a revolutionary. This is the story of Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, the Lioness of Nigeria, teacher, feminist, freedom fighter, and mother of the legendary Fela Kuti. Funmilayo was born on October 25, 1900, in Abeokuta, Nigeria. At a time when most girls were not allowed near a classroom, young Funmilayo had a dream: to learn, to speak, and to lead. She became the first female student at the Abeokuta Grammar School, breaking barriers from the very start. Later, she traveled to England for further studies, where her eyes opened to a world of possibilities for women. When she returned to Nigeria, she refused to stay silent in a society that expected women to know their place. She said, "I do not see why women should not be given the same opportunities as men." The 1940s in Nigeria were tough. Colonial rule was harsh, and traditional chiefs taxed women unfairly. Markets were suffering, and ordinary women were voiceless. Funmilayo decided enough was enough. She founded the Abeokuta Women's Union, AWU, a movement of tens of thousands of women determined to fight back. They organized protests, strikes, and marches. Imagine this: thousands of women dressed in traditional wrappers, singing war songs, dancing through the streets, holding placards that read "No taxation without representation." Funmilayo led them fearlessly, confronting colonial officials, chiefs, and even the Alake of Egbaland himself, the local king. When she was called a troublemaker, she responded, "If fighting for my people's freedom makes me a troublemaker, then so be it." Her movement was so powerful that the Alake was forced to abdicate his throne in 1949. That's right, a woman's movement dethroned a king. But Funmilayo's fire didn't stop there. She became one of the first Nigerian women to drive a car, travel the world, and speak on international platforms. She joined the fight for Nigeria's independence and became the first woman in Nigeria to run for political office. She represented Nigerian women at the World Congress of Women in the USSR, traveled across Africa, Europe, and China, demanding justice, equality, and education for women everywhere. To her, freedom wasn't just about Nigeria, it was about all of Africa. She once said, "Women must be prepared to take their place by the side of men in the struggle for political freedom." Funmilayo saw colonialism and patriarchy as twin enemies, and she fought both with intellect, grace, and iron will. Funmilayo's revolutionary spirit lived on through her children, especially her son, Fela Kuti, the Afrobeat legend. She raised Fela to challenge injustice through music, to never bow to corrupt power, and to speak truth even when it hurts. It's no surprise that Fela often called her my first teacher, my inspiration, my strength. But her activism came at a heavy price. In 1977, when soldiers raided Fela's compound, the Calcutta Republic, they attacked Funmilayo brutally, throwing her from a second-floor window. She sustained severe injuries and never recovered, passing away in 1978. Her death was tragic, but her spirit became immortal, inspiring women and men alike to rise against tyranny. Today, Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti is remembered as Nigeria's first female activist, a pioneer of African feminism, and a fearless warrior for justice. Her legacy lives in the rights women enjoy today, in the classrooms, the parliament, and the streets of Nigeria. She proved that one woman's courage can shake an empire. When we talk about African heroes, we must speak her name loudly. Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, the woman who dared to roar. Freedom is never given, it is won. Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti. If this story inspired you, remember, history is not just about the past. It's about what you choose to do today. So, who are you when it's time to stand up for justice? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of Africa's unsung heroes and heroines. Until next time, keep the fire of freedom burning. This is dedicated to all women who fight for freedom.